Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sydney Dragway and round number 5 of the New South Wales Championship Series. My name's Steve Bush. Joining me in commentary in a few moments' time, John Summerarch. We're about to get things underway with a Power Plus Race Fuels Super Street and their first round of qualifying. The first burnout commencing. Thank you very much to all of our officials that have worked down in the bottom end of the racetrack to get it in dry, raceable conditions. We've had a couple of showers here this morning. The weather not looking fantastic at the minute, but we will soldier on through. And we have Lane Bull and Lachlan McCaskill, Riley Bull down there in the Falcon, and Lachlan McCaskill in the Rocket Lane. Bull away a little bit too soon, but he'll still get an ET. 351 Cleveland on board the Falcon, taking the stripe with a 10.98 with a 9, 120 miles an hour. And McCaskill in the V6 supercharged utility, 12.50 at 107 miles an hour. Our next pair already rolled up to the start line. And we have Alan Stevenson in the Aeroflow lane, taking on Martin Stevenson in the drag van. Drag van went 0.79 on the tree. Getting to the finish line first, 10.63 with a 4 at 126 miles an hour, and 11.53 with a 6 at 116 for Alan in the Aeroflow lane there. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Stephen.
How are you?
A little puffed out from running up the stairs.
That's all right.
Well, not running, I exaggerate that.
Walking briskly.
Walking briskly.
That's about as good as I get to, bud.
Yep.
All right, looks like we have two very different styles of cars sitting down on the start line. The Jeep Trackhawk in the Aeroflow lane, and the big Chevy down there in the Rocket.
The Trackhawk's pretty fast, isn't it? It's run here before.
Yes, it does look to be familiar. It might be the... just trying to think of the gentleman's name. It'll come to me. Yes, that's right. Welcome to all of our viewers on the Sydney Dragway or live stream, YouTube official on YouTube. Now, Adam, our production manager, tells us we're going to have a morning session, a afternoon and an evening session on YouTube. So we'll have to split the stream up into 3. So we'll advise when we need you to switch over.
029 red light for Bruce Ritchie in Bel Air, and a 173 light for the Trackhawk. Bruce runs through for 10.67, and the Trackhawk goes 12.29. That is pretty fast. It's got to be 4,000 pound, that Trackhawk, doesn't it?
It is. I think, unless this yellow Tirana is the driver I'm thinking of. Jim Raptis, I think, should have been in the Trackhawk, if memory serves me correct. I'm sorry if I've got that wrong. Next up, we have James Stevens from the ACT and the HZ utility, taking on Pete Giddens in the Ford Cortina. Utility away very nicely, 1.6 seconds to the 60 foot. Giddens, something not quite right there for him.
11.1, 8 out of the ute. That's a bit of a sleeper, that thing, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, very much so. Got the LS on board and a 13.0 on the boards for Giddens. Not a bad mile an hour, but the ET not representative.
Yeah, it only went 2.3 into 60, so I think there was a bit of a thing on the start line with him.
Well, looking south, John, as we do out of our commentary box here, the hills in the distance are now a little bit foggy.
Don't say the word.
Use that word.
Don't use the R word.
No, I'll let our viewers determine what's happening. As I said before in the opening of the stream, the weather's not looking fantastic right now, but we'll certainly try our best to keep racing.
Soldier on, as they say.
Yep. into our first round of qualifying for Power Plus Racefields Super Street.
And if you're watching along on our stream and you have any questions you'd like to ask us, jump on and we'll try and answer them.
Exactly right. That is, speaking of on screen, John, that is the current points tally for Super Street at the moment. We see Adam James out in front.
Yep.
On 310 points. He's got a little bit of a lead, actually.
Yeah.
30 points is a...
He's had a runner-up and a win.
Yes. You can see there, this championship...
Well, 2 runner-ups and a win.
This championship being over 8 rounds, it rewards, like most sportsman racing, it rewards consistency.
Yeah, correct.
And in the realm of the championship, that consistency is just scoring something every round.
That's right.
They don't have to be wins every round or runner-up or whatever. Just add to the tally each time out.
Yep.
And then as you draw to round 7 and 8, you'll see where you sit, and then that'll then determine whether you have to then push further into the last round of racing. But a number of our categories are already locked up.
They're all close.
Yes.
I see young Henry Spickak is in number 2 in Super Street.
Yes, well,
Henry's been racing for more than a minute.
Yeah, just a few. As is a lot of our races have been pretty well experienced in the categories that they race in, and it's fantastic that they keep coming back to Sydney Dragway. You can see there in Super Street, for example, you got 310 is Adam James, Henry Spickak second at 280, and then it tightens up a little bit from there down. So that is certainly any of those races in good position to start to build.
Yeah, no one's really run away with it.
No, not yet. So, and I saw a couple of the other categories are all fairly close at the moment as well. Bike review, a modified bike, there's 20 points between Jesse Barnes and Joshua Bukareshiev in 1 and 2, and then there's a fair distance back to Jimmy Jock Stewart. So, and then a whole heap of bikes around on Jimmy's score. Looking at Boosted Outlaws, Brittany Olive and Curtis Reed once again doing battle in those two rear engine drags. There's only 10 points between them, with Brittany currently sitting in front. Top sportsman, we have Nathan Cooper. Again sitting on.
Nate's got a pretty good lead, I think.
He has, yeah. He's got 70 points up his sleeve, so that's nearly a whole round, or a runner-up.
Yep.
Is 80 points. So yeah, certainly a handy lead for him to have. What did he get last year? It was
I think
runner-up
last year.
Yeah, so certainly Nathan's continued the strength in top sportsman this year round. So this.
And I saw he's in the pits, so he's here.
Yeah, well, that's good. Making the toe down from with Taree somewhere.
Yeah, yes. Mid-coast.
Yeah, so good to have Nathan here today. Of course, Platinum Powder Coating Modified Eliminator. We have Brooke Rapazzato leading the way at the moment by 10 points over Jess Turner. So there's another
that's classic.
There's another ongoing battle there. And then behind Jess, we have Peter Brown tied on the same points as Jess, and then 10 back to Chelsea Smith. 40 back from Chelsea to Tegan Smith.
Yeah.
So again, any racer can pounce there. Just need to put together a couple of strong rounds, but certainly the top 5 there are certainly building their way to another championship. The Go Logistics Super Sedan, Naomi Dyson out in front, John.
Yes.
She's tying with Jim Tenaro in the Cortina.
Yep.
So 290 apiece there.
Tough bracket.
Yeah, very much so. Dave Gruber back on, Sean Maher on 270.
Yep.
So we all know that Sean's going to throw his hat in the ring very soon.
He can bring it.
Yep. And back from there we have Dave Gruber in 4th position. And
all very, very tough races.
Yes. Wayne Burke in another Cortina in 5th. So he's some 50 points behind first, but certainly he's been,
everyone's in with a chance.
Been coming very regularly, so that's good. Speedflow Junior Dragster, we have last year's runner-up Riley Ito sitting on top of the pile at the moment, tied with Jake McNamara. So 310 their tally so far for this championship.
Jake's last year, I believe.
Yes, yeah, and he's only got a handful of runs left in that junior dragster. He's made the social media posts recently that he and Brad have secured a rear engine dragster off
Running modified.
Joe Princey to
Yeah,
run in
Princey's
modified.
car,
So
yep.
that's fantastic news for Jake. Riley got a little bit more time in the category though. I think probably one more year.
Yep. And Alex Rafalo's in third.
Yeah, no, he's certainly within reaching distance at only 290. There's
he's not that far out of age and out, is he, Alex? I'm not sure.
There couldn't be too much. I reckon he'd have another 12 months left, if not a little bit more. But certainly,
and Aubrey Maggs, one of our visitors from Melbourne.
Yes.
In number 4 spot, and Benjamin Athard in number 5 spot.
Yeah, so it's certainly another tough race unfolding there. We can see in the staging lanes there's been a little bit of post in social media. We've got junior dragster competitor Zane Condello. He's turning 18 this weekend. We can see on the staging camera there that red hot rod.
Yes,
that's it.
Was going to be his first pass in
yes,
Super Street.
Yes, so big weekend for Zane. He's not only racing the
running junior as well.
Hot rod, he's racing the junior as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, big block Chev on board in that Chevy Coupe. Pretty tough street rod. Be interesting to see how he goes in that.
Yeah, we can see Nathan Cowie there next to the mighty boy. Hello, Nathan. He's ignoring me.
Yeah. He's even turned his back on you. Wow.
Oh,
okay.
Rude.
So looking further at the championship, we have Supergas, Joker Tanzarini on top at 190. 2 races on 170, Roy and Luke Romeo. And Nicholas Polito down in number 4 at 160. So there's only 30 points across that. Anthony Panetta back on 80. But we both know that Anthony's doing it with a smile on his face no matter what.
Yep.
So having a good time. Junior Speedflow Junior Drag Bike, we have Lincoln Bonwick on 290 points.
I saw Lincoln crewing on Scotty's Nitro bike.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which is an old Jacko bike, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
I think Karen said that they were doing some testing here today. So
yeah, they were here for the test and tune the other week, but unfortunately it got weather affected. So we'll see how they go today.
yes.
Obviously, Lincoln's granddad Craig Bonwick on that motorcycle crewing for it.
Yes. Bit of a knowledge.
Plenty
knowledge
good
pool
knowledge
there.
base right there.
And next category down, we'll go to Jeddah's HQ Street Fighter. Michael Zara out in front at the moment by 10 points on 320. Followed by Nicholas Varillas.
Only 10 points behind.
Yep. So what is there? There's 40 points between 5th and 1st there in Jeddah's HQ Street Fighter. So
very tight.
That is shaping up to be a fantastic category as always, and a good introduction into sportsman racing, as is the Heavy Duty Magazine street bike. Colin Northcott on the Ducati on 350 points. So he's our highest point score that I've seen there on 350 in that group of top 10 tables that we've got. Robert Gill back on 320. Adrian Watson, 300. And then we're moving into extreme bike. We have Ryan Franks, 240 is his tally. Diana Zapati's 210. And then 130 down to Darren Foley. So a little bit of a gap between 2nd and 3rd there, but I'm sure that will tighten up in the remaining rounds. We then move into Real Street, which is currently led by Christina Hunter by 20 points. She's tallied at 140 so far. And then as we can see, down to number 10 spot on 20 points. So there is a little bit of a spread in some of our categories, but the majority of them is very, very tight. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have had just a little bit of a shower happening here at Sydney Dragway, which will unfortunately mean that we will need to get the racing surface and the braking area dry once again. Unfortunately, it's the joys of participating in an outdoor sport that requires a completely dry surface to race on. But the track, we can dry the 400 odd meters of the racetrack fairly quickly. It's the braking area that does prove to be the difficulty. So keeping in mind that it's twice the length of the racetrack and is a different surface to the actual racing surface is covered in rubber, so it's fairly smooth, quite easy to extract the water from the actual quarter mile. But the braking area is more like your road construction, a porous bitumen. So yes, we will have to get the tractors out and review the satellite images, I suppose. And what we might do is just have a couple of quick words from some of our sponsors, and we'll try and get.
I was going to
some
ask you,
update.
Steve, what's coming up
We have Day of the Drags here next weekend
next Saturday? Yep.
on the 22nd of August, which is the 20th anniversary of Day of the Drags. Thank you very much, Adam. The day full of old school nostalgia drag racing. And I know that is an event that both you and I look forward to.
Yep, love it.
Every year. Something a little bit different. We see a lot of cars that come out to that event that we don't.
Once a year, guys, or twice a year, guys, but it's all good.
Yep, very much so. We'll have a static display probably under the big screen on the eastern mound.
Yep.
For all of those people that want to bring their car out, put it on display, bring it for a drive.
And watch some racing.
Yep.
And I believe the night before is the Friday Night Lights.
Correct, yes.
And it's girls' night. I mean, boys can still race, but yeah, it's a...
Yeah, we're doing it for the girls because the Aeroflow Friday Night Lights concept gives us an extra hour of racing.
Yep, beautiful.
And it does give us also a lower ET cutoff as well. And slightly
So there'll be a girls-only lane.
Yes.
And an all-girls burnout display.
Yes, certainly something a little bit different here at Sydney Dragway, but we see plenty of tough female racers turn up each week to our Aeroflow Wednesday nights, and also obviously now competition drag racing as well. But next Friday night we highlight the female racing here at Sydney Dragway, and look forward to seeing what unfolds, of course.
That will be cool. There'll probably be a few people testing for Day of the Drags.
Perhaps we had a gasser.
I saw Tyler Shackleton was entered Friday night.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess maybe test him for the East Coast that's coming up in a few weeks after that.
Yeah, well, the Friday Night Lights, as I hinted, does we prep the track a little more than what we normally would for a normal Aeroflow Wednesday night.
Yep.
Just to give the quicker cars a little bit more of a shot
because you
at
can
the start line.
bring your race car.
Yes. Yep. Because the problem is, I guess, when we prep the track to, say, a competition level like we've got here now, we do that on a Wednesday night. We inherently break axles and diffs and drive lines, and that's not what Wednesday night's all about.
Yep.
So we prep the track a little bit more for the Friday Night Lights than we do for the Aeroflow Race for Real on a Wednesday night. Speaking of the Aeroflow Race for Real on Wednesday night, the 19th of August, you can come along from 6 till 10. We're offering 4 hours of racing. You can race your mates here at Sydney Dragway for $65.
Yeah, it's a bargain.
It is an absolute bargain, because where do you go in Sydney for $65 these days?
Nowhere.
And
the street meet happened this Wednesday, didn't it?
It did, yes, it did. It wasn't a themed night or anything.
Wasn't a theme,
just our standard drag racing arrangement, and some burnouts. We saw a little bit of carnage on the burnout pad.
Okay. Is that where the guy rolled over?
Fry LC. No, he didn't go over. It depends what your class roll over.
Okay.
It wasn't quite his night. He did.
Yeah, I saw something on YouTube.
Yes. He had bumped the wall with the rear of the car, the lower wall on the grandstand side, the western side of the pad, and that caused a little bit of a fire. But then we got that out, and then he wasn't done, so he decided to continue the burnout. And then Adam saw it through the smoke. It escaped me. we just saw the headlights. They went vertical. I was like, oh, that's not right. And then later there was someone posted from the actual seats. They had a perfect view of the roof as it went up on the door. So it didn't go over. It just went right
what
up on
happened?
the side.
Broke a wheel stud, or
I'm not sure. The wheels were still on it.
wheels were on it.
Yeah, the wheels were still on it, but it certainly, as it limped its way off the pad, it
Because it
wasn't
looked like
sitting,
some sort of suspension breakage.
It wasn't sitting level, that's for sure. But hopefully the driver can get the car repaired without too much fuss.
Yep.
And bring it back out to the pad, because it certainly is a very tough burnout car. And as we see plenty of tough burnout cars here in all of the categories that we cater for on the burnout pad, whether you're an up-and-comer, whether you're one of the younger drivers, like we had Ryder Welsh down there on, on Wednesday night. Yeah, came down for
our meeting
for the
director,
night.
Ronnie's nephew.
Yes, that's right. And Stewie interviewed him, even sounded like Matthew.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. So it's great to
He's got the mullet from hell too.
I never saw a photo.
He did have. I haven't seen him for a minute.
Yeah. So, but I'll tell you what we might do, John. While we work out the best approach to get the track dried and back to a racing fashion, stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to switch over to some racing from round number 4 of the New South Wales Track Championship Series here at Sydney Dragway. John and I will be back with you very, very soon. Stay with us. Sean Ricketts in the airflow lane, 9:38 with a 142 miles an hour. Next up we see Jesse Barnes in the airflow lane for Pro Tune Motorcycles and Deepwood Interiors. The 2025 Track Championship winner, taking on Albie Davidson for Remarkable Auto Corrections and All Care Car Services from East Maitland. Both races just rolling up to the start now. 0.26 on the tree for Barnes to an 0.93 for Davidson. Barnes' bike left the start line beautifully, went 9.22 with a 3, 144 miles an hour to an 11.69 with a 2 for Davidson at only 17 miles an hour. Next up we have Angela Phipps down there on the start line in the aeroflow lane, taking on Joshua Bukareshvili. The Phipps team recently added a two-step to this motorcycle, so a little bit of a different start line procedure for Angela.
A little bit of a problem there. A little bit of a problem there, apparently. Yeah, something's going wrong with it.
Angela not happy. But meanwhile, Bukareshvili has run through in the rocket lane. 34 with a 6, 142 miles an hour.
Okay, we're waiting. Angela's bike's locked up or something. Having a little bit of a problem moving it. Okay, that brings us into modified eliminator. Two sisters in this pair, Chelsea Smith in the airflow lane and Tegan Smith in the rocket lane, both in rear engine dragsters, both with big block Chevs on board, so
Chelsea way over to the left-hand side of the lane in the burnout. Of course, our first round of qualifying for modified eliminator up to us by platinum powder coating.
I can guarantee you both girls will be having a crack at the tree.
With that,
You don't want to have a slower reaction than your sibling.
no. Two different styles of rear engine dragster on the start line. See Tegan's car in the rocket lane.
With the wing.
Yep.
No wing on Chelsea's car. 1-1 slide for Chelsea, 767 for Teagues. Chelsea runs through for a 756 and Tegan with a 752.
Yeah, so very close.
Very close.
Very close performance-wise there,
All
John.
in the start line.
Yep.
Gave away nearly 6 minutes. Okay, next up we have Mark Allen Bull in Airflow Lane in his Spitzer dragster with a small block Chev, and Brown in the big block Chevy powered rear engine dragster, or both rear engine dragsters. Pete sponsored by Racemax Direct, and Mark Bull sponsored by Shire Performance Engines and Machining.
Two very well sorted race cars down on the start line. Oh, a little bit of tyre.
Bit of shake for Mark Bull, yeah. 008 light though, and a Brownie not far behind with 011. 781 to Mark Bull and a 761 for Peter Brown. Yeah, I wonder if that shake's loaded up a little bit.
Yeah, you see the car left of screen. It shook for probably 2 or 3 rotations of the tyre and sorted itself out.
Yeah, you can still see the rattle marks on the track. Okay, Brooke Sada in a rear engine dragster in the Aeroflow lane, and Jess Turner in a rear engine dragster in the Rocket lane. Jess, our current track championship winner in modified eliminator. Big block Chev for Brooke and small block Chev for Jess.
Two fantastic looking modified dragsters down on the line.
Very well presented.
See slightly different setups though. I think Brooks' car with the rear suspension and a bigger, much bigger tyre.
Yep.
To that of
632 cubes on board, so
Jess's car a lot narrower in the rear.
End, yeah.
Smaller tyre as well, both width and height, I'd say.
001 red for Brooke and 003 green for Jess. Brooke goes through for a 713 and Jess a 752.
190 miles an hour there for Brooke Rapazada in the Aeroflow lane though.
Something a little different on the start line. Gary Franks in his Mustang Roadster. Big block Chev. Powered 2007 Ford Mustang Roadster. I don't think they ever made a Roadster, did they?
In the road car?
Other than convertibles, yeah.
Yeah, no, not. Yeah.
Gary hasn't raced for a fair while. Apparently this is said to me before, he's retiring, this is his last season, so this whole race operation is for sale if anyone's interested.
Car only local, West Hoxton.
Hey?
The car's only local, just down the road.
Yep.
West Hoxton.
015 light for Gary Franks, decent light. Goes through for a 784 at 172 mile an hour. And that brings us to the end of Modified Eliminator, which brings us into first qualifier for Top Sportsman. Brett O'Connor in the Aeroflow lane, and Jason Mikulev.
And of course,
Tirana Rocket lane.
Top Sportsman brought to us by Mixed Metal Roofing.
635 cubes of Chevy goodness jam-packed into that HB Tirana. And 636 cubes of big block Chev in Brett O'Connor's car. Brett normally runs a little bit of gas.
So engine size are plenty on the start line now.
Yeah. Yeah, a little purge from Brett. Jay sponsored by Southern Motorworks. And Brett sponsored by Jay's Custom Fabrications.
This Tirana down, he's got such a good stance on it. The way that the thing sits.
Tough looking. Looks a lot like one of the NASA cars, doesn't it?
Yes. Both races away nicely. O'Connor with an 0.33. Car marching at the finish line. 7.11 with a 195 mile an hour. The traps to a 7.82 with a 9 at 175 for McAuliffe in the rocket lane. Still my favourite race cars burn out side by side.
Yeah. Scotty was here. Scotty Cousins in Datsun was here last weekend at the truck drags. It apparently went a little quicker than the 8.0 cutoff we had in the day. On the day.
Yeah, with a car capable of mid sevens. Of course, the 2JZ powered Datsun Coupe taking on the Fontana powered Falcon for Wild Ink Motorsport merch.
Waiting for Bosco to do his standard dry launch and purge. There it is. Meanwhile, Scotty's got his pre-stage light on, waiting patiently for Josh to come in. Oh, second one on. Scott's ready.
Just waiting on Boscovich now.
Normally big wheel stands out of the Bosco car. Oh, there it is. A bit of a right turn. 002 red for Josh.
Yeah, Cousins a bit slow on the tree with a 4.11, but he gets it to the finish line first. A 7.51 with a 5, 185 mile an hour to an 8.05 for Boscovich.
We have Owen James, the big O in a Mustang, Ford Mustang with a Fontana on board, and Alyssa Sargent in a rocket in the Camaro with a 600 cube dart motor.
I haven't seen Owen in this car before.
No, he's still pretty fresh to it.
Normally running the...
maybe he ran a test and tune type thing.
Ah, right. Yeah, okay. Because we normally see him on board in the Tina.
Yeah, that's right. Though he's still got that, of course.
Of course. You never sell anything,
As you
John.
do.
You don't ever sell anything.
Nah.
What's the sticker on...
you can't get it back if you sell it.
No, that's the problem. Well, you can. It just means you usually
if you've got enough money.
You usually pay more for it to rebuy it than what you sold it for. 5.3 in the tree for James. Nice clean launch.
68 for Lisa. Nice straight passes here.
Looks like the Camaro is going to get it across the finish line though. A 7.86.
Oh, and there, 120 mile an hour, definitely. Not sure if he had a problem or if that was planned.
Yeah, he was...
Okay, Nathan Cooper in the rocket lane. Runner-up in our track championships last year in Top Sportsman. This little supercharged Holden Gemini.
Taking on to John Regatos in the XD Falcon. Johnny's Automotives. Race engines. Another car that has a fair bit of pedigree in the show and shine, and also in racing as well.
Good to see him still racing.
So he's saying forced induction there. Is it nitrous perhaps? I can't see the sticker on the back window.
Nath won't be happy with that. 64 on the tree. I think he was looking at something else then.
And an 8.18 with a 9, 167 miles an hour for Regatos. 8.73 with a 6 at 134 for Cooper.
cracking burnout out of Elias Matter. Elias in this car, I believe.
You wouldn't think so.
You wouldn't think so by that burnout, would you?
No, definitely not.
Elias from the Matter dynasty. And of course we've got Matt Clark in the Rocket Lane in the Pontiac GXP. Both Chevs, but small block Chev for Matt Clark and 632 cubes on board the Elias Matter car. Elias sponsored by Tempe Tyres and Matt sponsored by Liquid Clothing, Flat Out Services, ARB Windsor. And Methanol Moonshine, that's a good sponsor.
Yes.
That's Wade's company, eh? Wade Aldridge's company.
Yep.
That bit gives us a free sample for
You'd have
giving him a shout out.
You'd have to ask the
Take
question,
it up
John.
with him, yeah.
Seems to be doing pretty well for itself.
Yeah, doing premix cans too, I believe.
All right, both cars about ready to leave the start line.
Oh, spins the tyres badly, Elias. And drives through for an 812, 165 mile an hour.
I would have thought there'd be plenty of heat in those rear tyres after
after that burnout. Definitely plenty of heat. Next we have Adam Broom in a Celica with 2.7 litres of what's on board, Steve?
I have no idea.
It wasn't here last weekend.
No, I haven't seen this car before.
No.
To my knowledge, he's going through a licensing procedure. So 2.7.
Oh yeah, it's got licensing on the back, so obviously a new racer. Sponsored by Con WAS. Just getting the boost going. A little bit of a problem there.
Well,
good. First time in a car, understandable.
Also supported by Kyprios Racing. Now I know that Mr. 600 was working with the Mitsubishi Galant.
Okay.
Now that Mitsubishi engine, the Astro motor, is 2.6.
Yep.
In a 4-cylinder. Now, just hazarding a guess here, I'm wondering if that's the same sort of power plant.
Possibly, we'll have to investigate that.
Or it could be a Toyota 4-cylinder, like out of a Hilux.
Yep.
Because I think they're 2.4. And I know that Sam Kyprios runs one of those in his Toyota Starlet out of Queensland.
Okay, yep. Well, that brings us to the end of Top Sportsman and brings us into Boosted Outlaws.
And the Boosted Outlaws are brought to us by iCoach.
In the airflow lane, we have Brittany Olive, Hemi-powered rear-engine dragster, and Curtis Reed in the Rocket Lane, Brad-powered rear-engine dragster. Curtis is our 2025 track champion in Boosted Outlaws. Both these races, third-generation races. Long and storied histories in the sport with both these families.
It's almost come natural to both of them, I'd say.
Yep,
Brittany's
grown up around it.
Yeah, Brittany's been racing a little bit longer than Curtis, but Curtis is certainly getting some results very early on in his racing career.
wheelie bar adjustment going on there with Brittany's car. All right, both races ready. Yeah, they're both having a crack. 007 red for Curtis Reed and 072 red for Brittany Olive. Brittany's car shut off, only went 127 mile an hour at the end, and Curtis runs through for a 642, 212 mile an hour.
Sounded like one of those cars had a bit of a free rev at the finish line there, John. I don't know if you picked that up on your headset. We heard it through the track mics. And it looked like his car moved around a little bit on the replay. Had the wheels up on the start line and
definitely doing a drive.
Had to do a bit of a drive job between the 330 and half track, but got to the finish line first. Track crew just checking out the early lane. Looks like our next racer out will be Gareth Rogers in the Aeroflow Rocket Industries Bantam Altered. Looks like the track is given the all clear. All right, here comes Gareth Rogers, the Hemi-powered
in the airflow lane. We have no details. Okay, both races in the pre-stage, fully staged. Gareth Rogers gets away with a 680 light. Runs for a 656, 213 mile an hour.
Looks like a nice clean pass for Rogers in the rocket lane there, John.
Yep, and Charlie Ladani obviously had a problem there on the start line in the airflow lane. Just waiting on Charlie's car to get pushed away. Curtis Reed is our current top qualifier. Gareth Rogers is second and Brittany Olive is in third.
Yeah, there's a little bit of room left for improvement for Olive there though.
Yes.
Let's hope that if it was her car that we heard on the track mics at the finish line that everything's okay and
hopefully there's no problem.
It's normally not a good thing when the driveline no longer talks to the rest of the...
Yes. Okay, next we have Pete Raham, the pack performance. Performance RX3 with a 13B rotary on board.
Mazda not sounding overly happy in the burnout down there in the rocket lane.
Pete's had plenty of laps in his car, so obviously there's a little bit of an issue there. Good to see the pack boys running boosted Outlaws. Or something different.
Yes, very much so. Will mean that they'll come out for the Chicago shootout a little bit later on.
Yes. So this is first qualifier for Supercharged Outlaws. Pete obviously sponsored by Pack Performance.
Car seemed to bog a little bit off the start line. Still picked the left front up off the ground.
Still went 117 in the 60, so.
Yeah, after all that rolls to an 1180.
Yep, that's what qualifying's for. Okay, we're still in Outlaws, I believe. Or not.
Yeah, I heard the meeting director say we had two solos. So Shane McHugh from Cranebrook in the TLC Works 63 Chevy Corvette.
Wonder if he's licensing. I can't recall seeing it. 63 Corvette with a Brad on board.
It's looking great down there in the fire-up box with the orange and silver livery. I think that colour will really pop in the sun once he moves forward.
Yep, look familiar, Steve.
Trying to rack my brain. I don't know of any split window Corvettes that were for sale that I can think of. Although we did have a number of them around.
Yeah, there was a fair few around the country.
In Pro Slammer. Sometimes hesitate to say, oh, that looks like so-and-so's old car when it's...
Hey?
I said I hate to sometimes guess on, oh, that looks like so-and-so's car when it's not.
Yeah, that's right. A sharp looking car, for sure. But yeah, hold on to her.
he's going through his licensing procedure. He's not scared, that's for sure.
Nah.
All right, let's see what Shane can do here. I'm not sure if he's going for a full run or early shut-off. And a little bit of a pedal at top of first gear there. And sounded like it tagged the limiter just a little bit.
Yeah, left nice, went 109 in a 60. Pretty decent.
Yeah, I guess, you know, one of those cars, if you haven't driven one before, it is a steep learning curve.
Very intimidating.
Even if you have driven something similar, it's
Yep.
never quite the same. So I'm sure that team will progress as the meeting runs on. We're about to get underway with our junior drag bike. I think will be junior drag bike. Sorry, that's not junior bike I can hear. What are we? Extreme bike down there, John. Thank you. I was looking in the staging lanes to see what's coming through. Of course, if you like these your motorcycles with bulk horsepower and not much tyre and no wheelie bar, this is the category for you. We have two of our competitors preparing themselves for their burnout procedure. That's Diane Azzopardi Racing. She's in the pink leathers in the aeroflow lane. A 2025 championship runner-up was Diane. Taking on Ryan Franks in the rocket lane. Franks for GSF Engineering and Party Racing. Big burnout from Ryan in the rocket lane. Both bikes up on the two-step. Franks leaves first, but moves down, looks straight over towards the wall, and the photographer, I think he's back in the throttle now, that's for sure. Still 193 miles an hour across the finish line with an 815 and a 905 on the tree for Azzopardi at 160 miles an hour. Next up, we have Darren Foley, Rams Head Services, Suzuki Hayabusa. Just stalling at the end of the burnout there. Now this machine was seen over 200 mile an hour here at Sydney Dragway.
That's got to be an intense ride, Steve.
Oh, very much so, John. I think any motorcycle, your senses would just be that little bit more wired, I suppose.
And a no wheelie bar to add to the difficulty.
Oh, just look
We
like...
just jinxed him.
Yeah, that's commentator's curse. Looked like it shut off as soon as he clicked into second there, John.
I'll run him out the finish line gate.
And
it should bring us in a junior dragster, I believe.
Yeah, well, we can see all the junior dragsters are rolling
out of the staging lanes.
In the staging lanes. So just while we prep the track for the junior dragsters, I'll throw to a very quick ad break from some of our sponsorship partners here at Sydney Dragway. John and I will be back with you very, very soon.
Drag racing, it isn't just a sport, it's our legacy. Performance, it isn't just a sport, it's our promise. 3 generations, 1 unwavering passion. Speedflow, where innovation meets performance. Proudly Australian, unmistakably world class. Speedflow.
Boosted by Aeroflow Performance. A complete lineup of high-performance turbochargers, external wastegates, manifolds and turbo accessories. Engineered to handle the pressure and deliver serious power. Street car, weekend weapon or full race build. When you're ready for real boost, Aeroflow delivers performance without the premium price tag. Get boosted by Aeroflow. See the full boosted range now at aeroflowperformance.com. Bang Shift Automatic Shifters by Aeroflow Performance. A premium range of performance automatic shifters engineered for positive engagement, smooth operation and precise gear selection when it counts. From tough street builds to dedicated race cars, Bang Shift delivers clean, confident shifts and total control, pass after pass. When precision matters, make every shift count. Upgrade to Bang Shift from Aeroflow Performance. See the full range now at aeroflowperformance.com.
Hi, I'm Anthony Matuk, and this is MI.
From Route.
All right, we have Lucy Hamilton in the airflow lane up from Canberra and Cordell De Maria from Teresa Park in New South Wales. Cordell in the A Junior Dragster and Lucy in a C Junior Dragster. Cordell sponsored by Hume Performance. And Lucy sponsored by Profection Automotive, also sponsored by Dad. And Cordell also sponsored by 247 Hoses and Fittings. This is first qualifier for the junior drivers. Obviously this will be heads up because it's qualifying. Good field of juniors here today. .053 light for Cordell De Maria and a .324 for Lucy Hamilton.
7.99 with a 5, John. 80 miles an hour for Cordell.
Yep. Fast.
12.38 with a 7 at 50 miles an hour for Lucy.
Next we have Alexis Adard in the airflow lane in an A Junior Dragster. She is the runner-up in the track championships. And Alex Rafalo in the rocket lane, the double A Junior Dragster.
Yeah, so Rafalo was having a cracker of a round 3 here at Sydney Dragway, but unfortunately the...
yeah, it repeated all day, didn't it?
Yeah, the weather caught us out, so I'm sure that he's very eager to see if he can pick up from where he left off. Sydney Waterscapes in the rocket lane. And ITF Higher Low Fabrications, Pro Tilt Towing on board for Alexis in the aeroflow. Of course, the junior dragsters running over the 8th mile here at Sydney Dragway. They'll go to those 2 flags, 200 metres from the start line. Nothing in the start line between these two. Rafalo 9th hour behind, but gets in front at the finish line. 7:81 with a 6, 82 miles an hour to an 8:13 with a 9 at 79 for Alexis. All right, Riley Ito now.
He's our current track champion in the airflow lane in a AA junior dragster, and Macy Watts from East Maitland in the rocket lane. Very pretty cars, the Watts cars, very well presented.
You're not going to miss those pair of shoes, are you, John?
Nah, can't miss them. It's like last week at the truck.
Yeah.
Dragging someone with a riding a bike, wasn't there, with the fluoro boots?
Yeah, fluoro green, I think they were.
Yeah.
But the Watts team looking fabulous down there on the start line in their A shirts. Ito Racing, Murphy Finance Solutions, ITF Higher Low Fabrications, and of course Pro Tilt Towing. It's one of about 3 or 4 cars with that combination of sponsorship.
Yep, and Macy Watts sponsored by Fast Ass Couriers.
Ito eager on the start line with 007 red.
And 090 for Macy Watts. Macy Watts runs through for 8003. And Riley runs through for 865. I think Riley's might have had a problem, eh?
Must have, yeah. He entered as
Normally
a double
quicker than
A,
that.
so he should be running 770s or thereabouts.
You would think so.
So maybe some issues. Still
Okay,
managed
Robbie
63 mile an hour.
Yeah. Robbie Risteski from Queanbeyan East in the B junior dragster in the airflow lane, and Benjamin Addard in the A junior dragster in the rocket lane. Benjamin, sponsored by Low Fabrications. He sponsors a lot of stuff too, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. It's great that all these businesses get behind all of our competitors,
Yeah,
not just the junior dragsters, but all of our competitors. And it looks like Ito has pulled up short.
Yeah, we have a
off the gate
car on the track side, but can't send the next pair. So they're having a little bit of difficulty moving that car.
They run a centrifugal clutch on these things, and sometimes the belt's jammed up. It's make it a little bit difficult to move. Nearly all the teams pull the belts off.
Yep.
To flat tow them back to the pits, but looks like they've been given the shutdown signal.
Shut it off. Yep. Unusual, you can't push it off.
Either that, or maybe the chain might have
jammed in,
come off the sprocket and potentially jammed onto the axle.
Yep. Call it tilt tray.
These cars are normally very reliable. Although we have had a couple of mechanical mishaps of late. Although I guess as we're pushing these little engines harder and harder,
yes,
at some point they're going to say, you know what,
yeah,
I can't keep doing this.
Well, they are proper race engines, there.
They are. They're all
billet stuff.
most of them all full billet. There we go. We've got some free motion there, I think. Looks that way, and I guess that is one good thing about the Junior in terms of moving them. They're not particularly heavy. So.
Not heavy, that's right.
All right, so we hope that the Ito team can get back to the pits and sort what has happened and hopefully come back out for the next round of qualifying and or the first round of racing here, because Riley did kick off his 2026 championship chase pretty well.
Yep.
And I'm sure that he'd be very eager to be at the pointy end come round.
Yes, you
8.
want to defend, don't you?
Yes, very much so. Doesn't appear to be any looking on the racetrack for bits
No
and pieces,
fluid,
which
so
is
that's a good thing. All right, we get the thumb up signal.
I'd like to see some of the runs out of the Bristol meet happening in the US. Now, I believe that there's a class in some of the juniors over there that they run like 690 in the 8th.
Yeah, there's a outlaw 330 class, but I don't know what that equates to over the 8th.
Well, you think they'd be just wondering what they would run. These two B junior dragsters, Emma Leifting in the airflow lane, taking on Jaden Brunesev for Harrick's 3D and North Rocks Auto Centre.
And Emma Lifting sponsored by Speedflow Products.
Which, of course, is
usually a fair few lifting cars here.
Yeah. Speedflow Products, also our bracket sponsor for not only the junior dragsters, but also a junior drag bike, John.
Yes. Yeah, very involved Speedflow in drag racing. Oh, 28 light for Jaden and a 115 light for Emma. Emma goes through for an 863 and close behind is Jaden with an 863.7.
Only 400s across the finish line.
Would have been a good race.
Our next pair going through their burnout procedure. We have Daniel Carabellet in the AAJD for Lightstream Electrical.
And Jake McNamara, he's using up Pop's Super Fun. Also sponsored by Fine Line Motorsport and Princey Motorsport. I think it's Jake's last season. He's going to age out.
Yeah, September is his birthday. I'm sure it won't be too long before we see him behind the wheel of something else.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you've heard the rumours too, have you?
Yes.
Always good when there's a succession plan going on.
Yeah. Well, I think that plan was in place a while ago, just quietly. But
yeah, okay.
we had a couple of choices, I think.
Yep.
And
good racer.
041 on the tree for Jake in the rocket lane. To an 081 for Daniel in the airflow. Daniel gets there first, 794 with a 181 miles an hour. To an 844 with a 5 for McNamara at 75.
Okay, Chloe Rako in the AA Junior Dragster. She was runner-up in our track championships in 2024. And Adriana Florimel in the airflow lane in the C Junior Dragster. I heard a little whisper that Chloe's dad might be bringing the Tirana back out again.
Oh.
Yeah,
nice.
I can't confirm that, but that's what the rumour mill says.
That rumour mill works overtime, doesn't it? I saw a couple of posts of it on display at a
car show.
auto parts store recently. Well, I can say he's going to be a very busy person if he brings it
Yeah.
back.
I'm pretty sure this is his last year.
Yeah. A 1-2-4 in the tree for Reiko. One of those cars on
It's
and off
got
the
a miss in
throttle.
it. I don't think it was Chloe's.
No, I don't think it was Chloe's. 797.
797.81. You don't do that with a miss.
No, especially not when you've only got one cylinder to play. A 1288 with a 4 at 49 miles an hour for Florimel in the airflow lane.
Okay, we have George Sakalis in the airflow lane in the B Junior Dragster. Sponsored by Brick and Go Brick Lane, and Jacob Longo in the Rocket Lane in the A Junior Dragster, sponsored by Trackside Automotive. Track Walker's just having a little browse at the racetrack. And we get the all clear, Billy, to send them. He flexed the back of Jacob's car.
I was just going to say the same thing. This car does flex quite a bit. See, when he stabs the throttle, it
springs. Some cars are designed to do that.
I guess too, where the rear chassis comes off the back of the roll cage too. If that's quite low, that's going to create a more of a flex point.
Yep.
The two chassis rails are very close together. But I have noticed that a lot of the newer gen cars, the driver lays down a lot more, and the seating position is a lot closer to the rear of the car, so everything's sort of jammed in between the rear axle and the driver. Where if you look at Jacob's car, it looks to be, although it's fairly long in the front, it's also fairly long in the rear as well.
It's got to be a weight distribution thing, you'd think, wouldn't you?
051 on the tree for Jacob in the Rocket Lane. He'll get to the finish line first with an 8:02, right where he wants to be for an 8A Junior Dragster, and an 8:72 with a 6 for Sakalis, who's now stepped up to a B Junior Dragster. Next up, we have Liam O'Neill in the Rocket Lane. Taking on Archie Florimel from Somerton in...
Both racing B Junior Dragster. Archie, sponsored by Road Warrior Trailers, and Liam, sponsored by MC Clothing and J&C Mowers. J&C Mowers, I can actually see Joe down there on the start line overseeing things. Liam's dad puts him in a stage. Yep, he's stuck to the track. Lucky his shoes didn't come off.
Yeah. All right, just waiting on Liam to bump into full stage now. Nice lights on both sides of the tree. Florim slightly better with an 030. They're neck and neck across the finish line. O'Neill drives around him, goes 8:51 with a 5, 73 miles an hour to an 8:67 with a 3. 73 miles an hour for Florimel too, so O'Neill fractionally quick there. Next up, we'll see Aubrey Maggs for Road Warrior Trailers, Speedflow Performance Products, Atlantic Oils, Scruffy Tyres now, and the Moto Works.
And Marcus Princey in a C Junior Dragster in the Rocket Lane.
Fritzy
having a
just
little bit
doing
of
the wiggle.
problem in Marcus's car trying to get it to stage because the track's so sticky. Good job, Marcus. 091 red for Aubrey Maggs, 166 light for Marcus Princey.
Mags will run on through first, 8.40 with a 162 miles an hour.
And a 12.29 for Marcus Princey.
Next up, we'll see another Mags car in the aeroflow lane. This one piloted by Joshua. Road Warrior Trailers also backing him, of course. Taking on Mary Joe Bernasev in the rocket lane for North Rocks Auto Centre and Harrick's 3D.
Oh, 17 red for Josh Maggs, 232 green. You can really see the difference between a double A and a C there, can't you?
Yeah, very much so. 773 with a 984 miles an hour for Mags to a 13.2.
Which doesn't matter during racing because it's styling, so you nominate in time and you get the handicap.
Plenty of times before we've seen the younger driver beat up on the more senior one.
100%. If you see the cars rocking like that, that means the cars are generally stuck to the racetrack because the prep's so good.
Next up, we'll see Robbie Risteski take on Benjamin Adard. Adard in the rocket lane. In the last of the ITF.
Close on the tree.
Higher car, yeah. 061 on the tree for Risteski, the better of the two. But Adard will take the win, 8.03 with a 779 miles an hour across the finish line. Car running almost bang on that 8.0. Risteski through the finish line, 8.82 with a 6.
Okay, Joseph Marizzi in the rocket lane. Did you notice his pushback guy?
It's Emilio Spinozzi, isn't it?
No,
No, it's not.
Ronnie Palumbo.
Ronnie
Yeah.
Palumbo. I need better glasses.
Yeah. Specsavers.
These are Specsavers.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Ronnie. Of course, this is where it all started for Ronnie, wasn't it?
Exactly. He's an ex-junior dragster from a few years ago.
Yep.
A lot of graduates in the sport started in junior dragster, including you, my friend Stephen.
Yes.
You're one of the pioneers.
Yes, nearly 30 years ago, John.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
When I finished, so. But always look back fondly.
Yes, 100%. And I'm sure these kids will too when they get older. A wonderful starting ground for any drag racer.
Correct. And Joseph is on through for an 11.60, 54 miles an hour.
Okay, and I think this is the last Mags that we have. Edith Mags in the airflow lane. Dad must love work. Running one of these cars is hard enough, let alone three.
Do you set them up like a production line?
Eh?
Do you set them up like a production line?
Yeah,
And just
that's it.
do the same task 3 times?
Yeah.
But I think obviously in fairness to all the siblings, you do it for one, you've got to do it for
Yeah, that's
all
right.
of them if
Exactly
they're
right.
interested.
Yep.
If the budget's there, of course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how else do you
Favoritism.
yeah. All right, so Edith Maggs running a B Junior Dragster. Leaves the start line with a 2 light. And we'll run on the solo here. 969 with a 551 miles an hour. And Amelia Rottenbury down there on the start line for Hunter
In the
Race
B
Engines.
Junior Dragster, sponsored by MLJ Construction. And Scruffy as well. Scruffy gets around, doesn't he?
He's a busy fella. So Brian Lake, I think, is his actual name.
Yep.
This is Alex's young sister, I believe. Leaves the start line with a 235 light. Looking for an 860 across the finish line or thereabouts. And it's an 866 with an 8. 73 miles an hour.
Okay, next we have Talal Callahan.
Sounds a little bit cranky, this car, actually.
Does, doesn't it? It's a C. There's more top door slammer stuff going on there. Dad Jeremy on the start line.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty new in this car, I believe. Good job.
Yeah,
Obviously licensing. Very good job.
Just going out to the 6th there. Got there in under 1.8 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, 179, 60 foot. Okay, which will bring us into junior drag bike.
Yes, that's right. I can see at least 2 of our competitors in junior drag bike waiting in the water box. That is Anastasia Lucky and Christopher Davidson. Lucky in the aeroflow lane. Davidson in the rocket.
They always smack the tyres, these junior drag bike guys, don't they?
Because they can.
Because they can, that's right. Christopher Davidson on the pink Kawasaki Ninja and Anastasia Lucky on the another Kawasaki Ninja.
Yeah, pretty
Fluoro
popular.
yellow.
Pretty popular bike in junior drag bike. We are on one of our competitors here today because he's circuit racing in Bangkok this weekend.
Wow. Okay.
There's, of course, Adam Jordan.
Yep.
Nice light for Anastasia.
005 light out Anastasia.
Yeah. Left the start line very cleanly and get there first. A 969 with a 573 miles an hour to a 978 with a 4 at 68 miles an hour for Davidson in the rocket lane.
Nice pair of runs there. All right, next we have Lincoln Bomb in the airflow lane on a AA junior drag bike. Honda CBR 500 cc's. 62 light for Lincoln. Runs through for a 907 at 74 mile an hour. And that brings us to the end of our junior drag bike program. All right, we're going to have a little track reconfigure. Steve, have you been watching any of the junior drags and nationals from Bristol?
I've been trying to watch what I can on on Facebook.
Yep.
So-
They did an age out ceremony. Did you see that?
No.
So there was probably 40 junior dragsters lined up in front of the Tower at Bristol,
Yes.
and they started them all at the same time. So it was like a cackle fest type thing. That was awesome, hey?
Yeah, wow.
Really cool. Google it. It was really good to watch.
So that's for all the
Yeah,
graduating.
all the age out kids.
Yes.
Yep.
So I guess I believe that the entry numbers for that event are somewhere around 600 and something.
Oh, insane. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yep.
So yeah, it's probably a good chance that there would be, as you said, quite a few races that'll be their last
Yep. Yeah.
national event or that for that event.
Yep. They do some really neat stuff at that meeting.
Well,
Because races within races and.
I saw a parents race.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't see that.
Early
one.
on, I mean, the event runs the whole week, I believe.
Yep.
So early on in the week, they did
600 cars, you'd run the whole week, wouldn't you?
they did a parents race.
I saw a first timers photo. All the people that raced first time
Yes.
at that racetrack, and
Yeah.
all our Aussie competitors were there doing arm flexes.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Well, they're about 5 foot taller than most of the people. I think in that photo, I think I saw that
Yep,
one too.
really neat. Love to see that stuff. All right, so that will bring us into Street Fighter.
Yes, and of course, Street Fighter brought to us by Jetta's HQ. For you.
Pair of Fords on the start line. Christopher Forrest in the airflow lane and Brianna Boscovich in the rocket lane. I can't believe her dad hasn't shown her how to do a dry hop. What's going on there? She's got to do dry hops.
Would the converter?
It's a Boscovich thing.
Would the converter let her do that?
I'd give it a crack.
Yeah, do it once.
Yeah.
To a neutral line.
Yeah, or roll back.
I don't know whether it'd like that either, John.
Nah.
All right.
Just waiting on Brianna to bring the top light on. Nice and careful staging, as you should. 019 red light for Christopher and a 067 green light for Brianna.
Looks like Rich is going to take the win here, though, John. 13.78 with a 99 miles an hour.
Nearly 100 mile an hour.
Just shy of 160 kilometres an hour there for Brianna.
Yes.
Next up, Jack Cowie in the aeroflow lane in the VE Commodore, taking on Pietro Tallarico in the rocket lane.
Another red light. A 24 red for Jack Cowie and a 267 green for Pietro.
Looks like Pietro out in front. Left of screen there in that head-on shot. And runs through first. 14.54 with 4. 96 miles an hour to a 15.24 for Cowie at 95.
Two very seasoned races here. Glenn Featherstone in airflow lane and Glenn Garlick into rocket lane. Both in Commodores. Both V6 powered too, by the way.
Looks like Featherstone will have the advantage here across the finish line. And 15.0, 91 miles an hour.
To a 16.0 at 89 mile an hour for Glenn. All right, next Ethan Simmons in a rocket lane and Steve Hurstler in the airflow lane. Both in Commodores.
Ethan, one of our hard-working track officials here, racing for...
Wasn't shy with the burnout either, was he?
No, well, he's a tyre sponsor, so he can afford to be Jack Tyres and Auto at Campbelltown. Looks like Steve Hurstler will take the win. And through for a 13.39 with a 7 at 101 miles an hour. 15.77 on the boards for Ethan. Yeah, good to see this little Datsun 1600 out here.
Yep, John Puckeridge.
John has been coming to our Wednesday night
Nice.
Aeroflow race for reals.
Decided to make the step in a serious, not serious racing, but racing.
Well, it's fractionally more serious. than the Wednesday nights. But this little Datsun, pretty quick, 1371, 90 miles an hour.
And just to prove that you can race whatever you want in Street Fighter, it's Jaden Bellum in this Fiat Arbath, which is incidentally pretty fast. And Michael Zara in the big old 80.
The Arbath with the 1.4 litre power plant on board.
Yep, having a little bit of a tyre bounce going on there.
Statesman's still not going to drive around him though.
No. 97 mile an hour, 14.54 for Jaden. 15.687 mile an hour for Michael Zara. And again, a little bit something different. Sean Dartnell in the Hyundai i30. And he is our current track champion in the Street Fighter. So it just proves you can win at anything. And Patrick Giddens in Airflow Lane, he's normally one of our track staff guys.
Nice lights on both sides of the tree. 053 for Giddens to an 027 for Dartnell. The Falcon with the horsepower at the finish line though. And a 15.48 at 89 miles an hour.
Nice.
Dartnell a 17.1 at 82.
Next we have Jeffrey McNiff in the Chrysler 300C, obviously Brett's son, and Danny Stadelmeyer Esquire in the Aeroflow Lane in the AU Falcon. Clutch on board Danny's car. A light for Mr. Stadelmeyer and a 290 light for Jeffrey McNiff.
And Stadelmeyer gets through the finish line first, 13.56 with a 5.98 miles an hour.
Oh, there's those yellow boots back, Stephen.
So now we'll see who it is. Joshua, somebody. Joshua McDonald, there we go.
And Jeremy Boscovich in the Aeroflow Lane. 308 light for Jed and 211 light for Josh McDonald.
And Kawasaki takes the win at 10.44 with a 3 at 146 miles an hour.
Jeremy runs it through for 14.8 at 86 mile an hour.
Yeah, I'm not commentating cursing Josh because he's now races his run this time around. But 2 weeks in a row he's done a 000 light on a Wednesday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
No dry hop though. He didn't do a dry hop either. Okay, Adrian Watson in the Airflow Lane. Ross van der Hoek in the Rocket Lane. Adrian goes 10.92 and Ross goes 13.1.
Yeah, that little R6 600cc machine screaming as it does.
Okay, Colin Northcott in the Rocket Lane.
Yeah, Northcott on a Ducati.
And that's a party in the Airflow Lane.
So Northcott will get a finish line first, 10.88 with a 7, 131 miles an hour.
And a 10.62 in the Airflow Lane.
Well, sounded like there's lots of wheel spin off the start line for one of those bikes. Both riders keeping it fairly straight, though. Looks like Robert Gill will get to the finish line first. 10.54 with a 7, 129 miles an hour to a 10.80 at 129 for Andrew Riches in the rocket lane. Our next category is a real street. We have Con Irenios down there in the VE Commodore, the blue machine, taking on Christina Hunter in the rocket lane. Hunter will get to the finish line first, 11.06 at 123 miles an hour. Irenios in the aeroflow lane, 12.11 at 114. Next up in the rocket lane, Gustavo in that turbo HSV Maloo. Well, this is on a bit of a mission. Runs up through for 73 with a 4, 149 miles an hour.
Okay, second qualifying run for Power Fuels Super Straight.
All right. Fourth hour in the start line between these two on this run, John.
Very even on the start line.
Blaine Bull will take the win across the finish line. 11.06. 121 miles an hour. To Lachlan McCaskill's 12.50 at 108.
We haven't had a triple O today, have we yet, Steve?
No. No. We've had a couple of double O lights, but not a triple O. Peter Villaris for GCN Racing in the aeroflow lane, taking on Rob Gallotta in the Tirana. 0.38 on the tree for Villaris.
For our 8 power in the Tirana. Goes through for a 10.47. All right, we have Sam Sabato in the airflow lane and Martin Stevenson in the rocket lane. Sam's car launches radically. Like that. Bangs second, bangs third, bangs fourth. So much fun to drive.
You can see every gear change on that rear.
Yeah, the way it moves around.
Shot from the rear because it's a little chirp mark on the racetrack.
Yeah.
Gets to the finish line at 10.95 with a 6 at 123 miles an hour. Taking on the drag van in that one.
All right, we got Troy Ford back from Coonawarra in his little Beetle. It was pretty radical a launch last time it ran.
It was low 11s, I think he went.
Yeah, it's got some. Wheelie bar on the back. And Dave Morton in the airflow lane from Barga in a BMW, but with an LS on board. A little bit of chirping there with a V-dub. Pulls it off to the side. Good move. Dave's through for 11.39. Obviously a little bit of a problem with the Troy Ford V-dub there.
Yeah,
it was a little bit violent, wasn't it? Chattering the tyres pretty hard.
There was no sympathy given to anything in the drive line on that launch.
Nah.
Lots of RPM and think something has said I can't do it.
It's like the Forby thing we did on Sunday. There was no
Yes.
mechanical sympathy there.
No.
Plenty of tail shaft spat out and pinion sheared off. And
Yeah, I think we did 2 in a row at one point, and
Yeah.
then there was a third tail shaft that I remember.
yeah,
At least 3 done.
but they had fun.
Correct.
And it was something different, so it was pretty cool.
Was a quite a good event here. We're very well supported as always. 4B Nations and Truck Drags Australia, and of course, we made the point, John, that you and I are both fans of the Ford brand. Of
Yep.
course, next weekend, your Ford Day will
Ford
be
Day,
here
yes.
at Sydney Dragway.
1,500 cars. Biggest day on the calendar. So if you want to come out, come on out.
Yep, I believe Saturday is a swap meet,
yes.
and then Sunday will be the static display.
Yep. Yeah, I usually always bring something out. Always plenty of good stuff to look at.
That there is. Covers all bases from
Yeah,
restored.
1908 to
Yep.
current.
So the VW making its way back under its own power at the moment, so that's a good sign.
Looks like it didn't maybe not bust nothing. Don't run them wheelie bars into the barrier. Cool looking little car, eh? Wing on the back.
There's certainly no shortage of horsepower can be made from the VW motor.
Yep.
At one point, the VW power plant was one of the quickest 4-cylinders in the world in a purpose-built race car. In a front engine dragster of all things.
Yeah. Yeah, Volkswagen motors have been put in everything. Motorcycles.
Speed cars, all
Yep.
sorts of things. All right, Guy Greenland down there in the aeroflow lane, taking on Adam Bowers in the Rocket. Bowers the better of the 2 lights. But I dare say the horsepower of the wagon's going to get the finish line. No, I was wrong. 12.09 with a 5 at 118 miles an hour for Bowers to take the win. Next up, Henry Spickak in the VF utility, taking on James Stevens.
2 different spectrums of Holden utilities. Late and early. Both with LSs in it, really.
Nice light for Spickak, goes 010 on the tree. He'll get to the finish line first with an 11.87. All right, Craig Warren takes on Alan Stevenson.
And I noticed Mark Elborn is down there doing photograph duties or filming duties.
Look at that, he can wave and not even...
How good is he?
Not even...
Multifaceted, yeah.
And with the other hand too.
Yep. Gives us the number 1.
All right, so Warren in the Tirana leaves nicely with an 060 light. Gets away very cleanly from the start line. And will take the win across the finish line. 10.61 with a 6 at 126 miles an hour to an 11.66 at 115 for Stevenson in the Power Plus.
Do you know Mark calls himself the GOAT?
Can you...
It stands for goatiest of all time.
Oh.
I think that's what it... No, nomiest.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I mixed that up.
because that's what the
Nomiest
G
of all
is,
time.
nomiest.
I forgot he was the drag
Well,
name. Yeah.
Well, you own it, don't you?
Yeah, he does own it.
You've got to own it.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so Richard Matasevic on the start line.
Launches nice, that thing, doesn't it?
It sure does.
077 red.
Gets the business done as well. for Matasevic. A 10, 1, a 2, 6, 131 miles an hour. To an 11.44 with an 8.
We have lots of utes here, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Well,
like
it is Australia.
Yeah, it is an Aussie thing, you're right. Okay, Adam James in the airflow lane in his XY ute. And David Matasevic in the T Cortina. Adam sponsored by Betts Customs, BGD Customs and ProFlow. Oh, a bit of a messy launch there for Adam.
Sounded like he stayed in the throttle though.
Yep.
It's going to get the line first. A 10.06 with a 3. 132 miles an hour to a 10.46 with a 4 at 128 mile an hour for Matasevic.
Yeah, slowed down a bit from his 9.96 the previous pass.
You've summoned him to the commentary box. Right, I have Mark Elborn up here. Hello, Mark. How are you?
Not bad. How are you, mate?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Thought I'd come up and enjoy some of the finer sights of Super Street with you.
Yes, and is there any goss happening down in the pits that you can share?
I can tell you we've cracked a couple of PBs this morning with some races, so I'm very happy for them.
Oh, that's good. I saw you posted something on Facebook with your PB.
Yeah, the other night we first pass in the 11:30, so very happy with that. Tex Griffiths with a lovely 011 light there.
Yeah, as you would expect from Tex, runs on through for 10.34 at 129.
That car is super consistent. It's great stuff.
Next up we have Bruce Ritchie taking on Phil Armstrong. Ritchie down there in the aeroflow lane.
Phil just taking a breather before he stages the car, and here we go. We're in pre, we're in full. Oh, he staged a bit deep here.
Gets the better of the two lights, but this VH Commodore certainly gets the business done at the other end of the racetrack. Runs on through for a 10.21, 131 miles an hour.
That's a really good mile an hour for this bracket.
Yes, working very well. And a 10.56 with a 9 at 127 there for Ritchie.
That's a big, beautiful olive-coloured car, that Chev.
It sure is. It's got plenty of horsepower, but it's also moving plenty of air as well.
Next up, we got Zig Zakowski and Aidan Stutchbury. Aidan leaving on 3 wheels.
This car's got is very well sorted as well. And he'll run on through first, I think. Runs on with a 10.46 with a 0, 127 miles an hour.
And if that's not a PB, it'd be close. The other half of the dialed-in crew here today, we got Corey down here in the rocket lane, and Mark Hopkins over in the aeroflow lane.
Yeah, two very well sorted Super Street cars. I feel the intensity in Super Street has picked up another notch in
I think
recent
a
times.
couple of years ago, we were all vying for top qualifier with 00 and 000 lights,
Yep.
and now we've just decided not only are we going to cut sharper lights, we're going to run awesome numbers left, right, and centre. 016 versus a minus 016.
Looks like Stutchbury just in front at that point from here. Gets there with a 10.61 with a 2, 128 miles an hour. To a 10.81 with a 4 at 124. For Hopkins in the aeroflow lane. So is there any improvements coming along with your vehicle, Mark? What's next on the wish list?
And last time I drove, I ran a PB. The time before, I won the 2200 no prep race. So let's see if we can have a swing at the Day of the Drags in August.
Okay. It's fast approaching that one, of course.
Nostalgia meeting, tick. August, so the air's going to be real nice and hopefully some good numbers for everyone.
Yep.
Tick. And Sydney Dragway, the best racetrack in New South Wales. Yes, Australia.
Yeah,
I was being nice to our interstate compatriots, but yes, we've got the best track. Sorry,
you can
guys.
be biased. You can be biased, right?
All right, I had to be biased.
Yes.
We won the Origin. We got the best track. I might be in trouble when I get home for that comment.
That's a you problem.
I still love you, babe.
All right, looks like we're moving into a modified eliminator now. Of course, brought to us by Platinum Powder Coating. We have Peter Brown taking on Chelsea Smith. Brown in the aeroflow lane, running for Race Mac Direct, BK Race Engines, and ProTrans. 540 cubic inches of big block. Taking on 540 cubic inches of big block over there for Chelsea Smith. Brown's turned to red light this time. 015 on the wrong side. 072 on the tree for Smith. Good side-by-side race, though.
764 with an 8 versus 751 with a 6, both at 176 and 78 miles an hour, respectively.
Yeah.
That's side-by-side racing.
Yeah, very much so. Only 400s across the finish line between the two. Next up, we'll see Tegan Smith now in the aeroflow lane.
Versus Mark Ball in the right lane. We've got the battle of the big block versus the small block.
Yeah, I think Tegan went 750 on the first round of qualifying. I kind of feel in some categories the small block is the use of the small block is somewhat limited now. Like everything is 500 plus cubic inches, but it's good to see that some of our racers still want to stick with the smaller engine, make it a little bit lighter.
A pair of red lights there, an 014 to an 016. That's how tight we're trying to get to reach that podium there.
Yeah, I'd say it looked like Bull's car was in front, but a 773 for Tegan Smith to take the finish line at 171. Not much in that one at all, Mark. Only a 400th there as well.
Nothing in that at all.
All right, next up. I think these two raced each other in the first round of qualifying. They've just switched over lanes. Jess Turner in the aeroflow lane. Higgins Race Heads and ETS Race Fuels taking on Brooke Rapata in the rocket lane for VP Race Fuels.
Another battle of the small block versus the big block.
Mm-hmm. We saw just shy of 100 or just over 190 miles an hour out of Brooke Rapazada's car.
That is really moving. And to stage. 01 Knight to an 076.
Looks like Brooks got this one so as well. 710 with a 3, 191 miles an hour this time around. To a 752 with a 9 at 175. Jess Turner.
It looks like we got a solo in the rocket lane for the final pass of the category.
Yeah, that's Gary Franks in the Kuiper Race Engines Ford Mustang.
That is a very cool looking car.
Well, John tells me he's retiring at the end of the season, Mark, so... Yeah, let's clarify that. Gary's retiring, not John. John's got a bit unfinished business.
I hope you don't retire anytime soon, mate. Always love to see that Cordy or the Topolino running. Gary just bringing us into pre-stage now and now into full.
Hike in that left front. There's a 209 on the tree.
That front was up high enough I almost could have walked under it. We've gone over the finish line for a 782 with a 6 at 172 miles an hour.
Yeah, nice clean pass to close out Modified Eliminator qualifying session 2. We're going to now move into top sportsman.
Okay, now we are into Top Sportsman. Steve's taken a little bit of a break, and I'll be doing co-commentating with the drag gnome.
And what a man to be sitting up with, JB.
Yeah.
John Rigatars,
Scotty
and
Cousins. Runs a 749. Wow, 186 mile an hour. A little Dado
There's no
1200
reason
coupe.
a car that small should run that fast. That is impressive. Now, next up in the Aeroflow lane, Elias Matter versus Lisa Sargent in the Rocket lane. Elias in the A Civil Als Race Glides LH Tirana against Lisa's positive powder coating Camaro.
So you're in a pretty elite club here now, you know. It's called the Non-Racing Come Commentate Club.
There's nothing wrong with coming up here and enjoying the finer sights of life.
It is different up here. It's fun. I have a really good time, but no offence, I'd love to be racing.
Normally, I'd rather be racing, but my mate Al Stevenson from Power Plus Race Fuels needed the car more than I did this weekend.
Yeah.
So
I was
he's in
wondering
the
why
ute
you
and
weren't
he's
racing.
doing well.
Yeah, it's real good up here, but it's better in the race car.
The sight, the smell, feeling that you get in your chest when you're going down that track.
Exactly right.
Just like these two races are about to demonstrate for us. All right, we're in stage.
Elias had a little bit of a problem
0-1-3
before,
for
but it
Lisa.
left good this time.
And she'll take it through for a 781 with an 8 at 174 miles an hour to an 804 with a 3 at 172. Well done to both teams there. Good, clean passes.
Next we have Brett O'Connor in the big block Chev powered Camaro in the Rocket Lane, and Matt Clark in the GXP powered small block Chevy in the Airflow Lane. I think these guys ran each other the pass before.
This looked like two very fast cars.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Brett has run into the sisters with this car. And I think Matt Clark's still fairly new to this car. Still
It's all right.
learning
There's
the
no
ropes of
time
how to
now
drive it.
to stake a big claim and run an awesome number. It's a little bit of fine tuning on the wheelie bar there for Brett's car.
Yep. He always stages way to the left, Matt Clark.
Yeah, it does look like he's sitting slightly out of the groove, doesn't it?
Doesn't bother the car, but yeah, it's sort of maybe so you can see the tree.
Well, is that a
yeah,
left-hand
the car,
drive or a right-hand drive?
Car's still it's left hand. Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
an
yeah.
014. He does get a bit squirrely out there, though.
Yeah, had a pretty good rattle there on the start line. You see the chatter marks.
And Brett with a 717 at 190 miles an hour. Matt with 1086 at 80 miles an hour. And next up is two of the most beautiful looking cars in this bracket. We've got Mr. Boscovich over in the Rocket Lane with the Fontana powered XA Coupe. And a friend of yours and mine, Nathan Cooper, down there
Nathan
with
Cooper,
beautiful,
good man.
beautiful pink Gemini.
Yep.
May
Nathan
the
had
mistress serve
Nathan had a
you
little
well.
bit of a not a great pass before. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I hope we get back to those 8.3s that we were accustomed to.
He normally runs. Yep.
But Bosco, how cool's that thing?
Yeah.
Manually shifted Lenko.
Yeah, 100%. I was trying to G up his daughter in Street Fighter to do dry hop.
Come on, if Danny can do it in the AU, you can do it in the
Yeah, that's right, 100%, exactly. But Danny's got a clutch, so.
And there's a little nitrous purge off Bosco.
Purge and a hop.
There's
There
the
it is.
hop.
All part of the procedure.
We've all got our procedures.
Yep, got to stick to them.
And we're both in pre. Cooper into full stage. Bosco into full stage. Let's go. Big shift to the left for Bosco.
019 for Nathan, 014 for Josh. Nice and close.
The 759 with a 6 for Bosco at 168, and the 828 with a 1 at 163 for Cooper.
That's better for Nath.
That's back where it should be.
He'll be happy with that. Oh, light and 82s. Nothing wrong with that stuff.
That's what we love to see. Looks like we might have a solo down here now in the rocket lane.
Jason Mikulev.
Yeah.
What do you reckon is the biggest motor you shove into one of these?
Well, we've put a 427 in the RHB, but I believe this one's just substantially bigger.
Yeah, 635 cubes of big block Chevy in this HB Tirana.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This used to be an A civil car.
I think. I've got to go confirm that. It definitely looks like it.
It presents very well.
Mm. Jason used to race over the road, Eastern Creek days with us, making a comeback.
I've seen some old VCR those days.
Yeah, awesome days.
I wish I was there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was messy.
Left some nice tyre marks on the 60 foot for us with an 071 light, but I don't think that's going to be a PB pass, unfortunately.
You would have been pretty young in the Eastern Creek days, mate. 95. Were you born?
I was born
Oh, okay.
that year.
Make me feel old.
You're only as old as you feel, mate, and
Yeah,
so
that's
long
it.
as we get to keep doing this, we'll stay
Yeah.
young forever.
Get to keep racing. Yeah, I'll do it till I can't.
And then I'll come and give advice,
Yeah, thanks.
whether you want it or not.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the end of the second qualifier for top sportsman. Which should bring us into Iconicate Boosted Outlaws. All right, we have Curtis Reed in the rocket lane.
I believe he won the championship last season.
Yes, yeah. Our current track champion in Supercharged Outlaws and currently the #1 qualifier today.
Sponsored by Snap-on Tools and FXD Workwear, Hydrolink and AFT Plumbing. I do like the Snap-on logo on the back of the crew shirts out there.
Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Snap-on been involved with the Reed family for a long, long time. Looks like Curtis is on a solo. Normally he runs Brittany Olive all the time. I can see Britt still in the lane, so solo it is for Curtis.
And we're into pre-stage. Into full stage.
Little wobbled the tyres around a bit, went 024 on the tree.
For a 637 with a 6 at 217. I believe that eclipsed his previous pass.
Yep.
Well done.
Yep. Well, that was first round of Boosted Outlaws. Of course, run under the Chicago Shootout format. So, yeah, good start for Curtis, takes a win.
It's always nice to start your day with a competition bye.
Yes, never complain.
Just iron out any kinks that you might think are there.
Yeah, yeah, it rattled the tyres a little bit, but it was a good pass. 412 at 174 mile an hour to half track.
I think 412 is better than my 3 times.
Yeah. Okay, we're just waiting on the rest of our Outlaws competitors roll under the tunnel. So you're going to run Day of the Drags, you said, Mark?
Yeah, I'll be here. Are you going to be here, mate?
I'll be here, Carlos again, but
So long as you don't bring that dirty R rent with you, we'll be fine.
No, that's for the Bangers and Mash meeting.
I hope I'm here for that one. I hope to see you dancing it down the top, mate.
That's the plan. We'll see how we go. And then bring the Cordy back out for the last 2 track rounds if everything goes to plan. But you never know with plans, do you?
I don't make them anymore.
No.
Because they just don't eventuate.
Exactly.
But as a proud Holden, that is a beautiful Cortina you got, mate.
Thanks, buddy. Nearly as old as its owner.
And I think the older the car, the better they look these days anyway.
Yeah. The current trend of painting them charcoal coloured in one colour. I mean...
Are you picking on my hand-painted car there?
No, I'm not. Everyone's got their own way of doing stuff. There is no right or wrong way.
I think there's no wrong way to do it so long as we're all having fun.
As long as we're all racing, that's the important part.
That's it.
You get your here and run it, you deserve a medal.
I've seen some good cars coming out here on a Wednesday night recently too.
Yeah,
so.
apparently. Isn't there like a die bracket now on Wednesday nights?
We're having a dial your own comp night this Wednesday night, actually.
Okay,
sponsored by my company, Power Plus Race Fuels.
Beautiful. Who can be eligible for that? Anyone or?
Anyone, I believe, so long as you don't go under the Wednesday night cutoff of 8.5.
Okay, yep.
So come out, have some fun.
Yeah.
Take my boss.
Should bring my Effie out.
Absolutely.
Run some 18s.
Why not? Everyone is welcome.
That's it.
All right.
Got the fire up signal. Brittany Olive in the Rocket Lane and Gareth Rogers in the Aeroflow lane.
We got a
Gareth in his
650
Bantam
dial
Altered.
in for Gareth and a 616 for Brittany. Looks like it's the battle of the Hemi 521.
Yep.
We do love a good Hemi.
Yeah, love Hemis. This will be a good race. Britt didn't really make it down the track last pass, so I guess they've picked a number because his car has run that before.
I'd like to see 2 clean passes here, good lights, and yeah, may the best tracks to win when we hit the top end.
Yep.
It's going to be tied, a 650 to a 616. If both the cars run their number, it could all come down to who leaves the line the cleanest.
Yes, that's right. Start line is so important to get a good reaction in every single part of drag racing. Okay, waiting on the wheelie bar adjustments. Both done. Let's race.
And we're into pre-stage. Who's going to bite the bullet first? Brittany's in. Gareth's in.
Red light for
051
Gareth.
red, Gareth.
051.
And Brittany's through the top end at 605. That's a number.
Yeah.
Well done.
She broke out, but doesn't matter with the red light in the other lane. 605, looks like they're very happy with that.
And they should be. Well done, team. just looked over at the live chat. I think my buddy Gareth Wilcox has said some nice things about me over there. I think that's very nice of you over there, Gareth. Wilcox up top. Yep.
Gareth, I agree. We should get him back more often. But we haven't got enough money in our funds to...
Well, you mean to say that you're not going to sponsor my Boosted Outlaws car, mate?
Yeah.
I think we're moving on to Extreme Bike next. Like an as a party bike in front of me in the Aeroflow lane.
Yes, and this is first round of Chicago Shootout for Extreme Bike.
We got Diane as a party and Darren Foley over in the Rocket lane. Both on the Suzuki Hayabusa. Interestingly, one's a 1299 CD and the other's a 1300 cc.
Yeah, 1cc between them. Would you ride one of these?
I like to think I'm brave. I'm not that brave.
Yeah. They got to be intense, don't they?
And that's why I take my hat off to anyone that will do this.
Yep.
Oh, it looks like...
Foley's got a problem, I believe.
Yeah.
Pushing him away. Diane will take the automatic win. Oh, a little bit of a problem for Diane.
Yeah, it didn't look like she got the cleanest of jumps on that pro tree there. But we'll run it through the back end and hopefully still bank some data.
10.0, 163 mile an hour. You'd be happy if your 10.0 car could do that.
I was happy when I ran my first 11.
Yeah.
10.0 at 163 is very intense. And it looks like we got the top qualifier over in the Aeroflow lane for the next pass, Ryan Franks. I believe he's sponsored
Ryan on
by
a
As
solo
Party
by the looks of
Racing
things.
and GSF Engineering. And just go through his procedure, set the car right, the bike right, and then we'll go to full stage.
Oh,
big swing
hunts
to
the
the centre
settle. Oh,
line.
moves his boots so he
Good
doesn't get
save.
the code.
Good save.
Yeah. Keeps that block packed.
I'm sure our track staff would be very happy about that.
Yeah. I think Steve's going to give us a replay here on our big screen. Launches right.
And lift the boot.
Oh.
Saved it.
Close. Good riding, Ryan. All right, that brings us in a second qualifier for Super Sedan. Last chance for these guys to figure out what they're going to put on it for first round. We have Adam Hunter in the Rocket Lane in the XD Falcon and Jared Tyrell in the VK Commodore in the Airflow lane.
That's a tough looking VK.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of this Falcon, but it's
Adam's
got a
been
Windsor
racing
on
it
board.
a few seasons now. Yep.
We're in pre-stage. Who will blink first? There we go. Adam's in. Jared's in. Oh, we're playing with the bump box. No, 55 for Adam with a 262 for Jared. And we'll roll through the top end for a 901 at 153 for Jared and a 938 at 142 for Adam. Next up, we've got Sean Marr in the Aeroflow lane and Naomi Dyson in the Rocket lane.
These guys raced each other in the first qualifier and Both showing off. Sean went
Sean showing
006 and Naomi went 004. Let's see if they can repeat that. They
Two-
swapped lanes.
Two very accomplished races in their own right.
Yes, absolutely.
I think Sean's won just about everything that you can win.
Yes. And Naomi's second in the track championships at the moment on points.
She's taken it to him.
Yeah.
That's what we love to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're into full stage now. An 017 to an 047 in favour of the little HB Tirana.
Oh, 900 Naomi. She's been busting to run an 8. 900 is about as close as you can get. Tell her not to have lunch.
And Sean, customary 921 at 144 miles an hour. Next up, we've got Carl Chevy Taylor in the Aeroflow lane and Michael Little Rocket lane. Tilly Motorsport Spares and M&T Little Plumbing, respectively.
Yeah, these guys ran each other first round as well. First qualifier, I should say.
Come on,
That's
guys,
swap
change
lanes.
it up.
It's good fun.
I got to say, that bubble top's a very nicely presented car, isn't it?
Absolutely, and a super tough racer, both sides of the tree.
I've watched Mick race many times, and yeah, he's not going to die wondering.
Hard to beat. And both these guys are so super careful staging. .007 for Mick and 026 for Chevy.
You'd think an 026 is a great light, and then someone goes and does that to you. We run on through for a 929 with a 2 at 143 for Mick and a 1009 for Chevy.
Next we have Jared Wood in the XT Falcon in the Aeroflow lane and Jim Brass in the Rocket lane in 69 Dart. Both these guys had problems with the launch in the
Hopefully
previous
Jimmy
qualifier, so let's see if
can
they've
tighten
tidied
up.
them up. Oh, the Falcon's tidied up and Jim's
He's
car's
got
pretty
the bounce
tidy
in
too.
Jim's car there. He's got too much go from that Go Logistics.
901.
901 to a 953. Next up, it looks like we got a pair of Falcons.
XW versus XW action.
Oh. We got the blue versus the silver, and I heard that silver one warming up this morning. That's a cranky sounding car.
Yeah, they ran their first 8, I think, at the street meeting the other night.
That's awesome.
Yep, heavyweight car, both heavyweight cars. Both small block Fords.
351 to a 427. .004 for Plessis in the wrong direction with an 088 for Simon. Running it through for a 9006 to a 952 at 139 for Plessis. Next up in the Aeroflow lane, we got Jimmy Denaro and Wayne Burke in the right. Full stage. 004 red for the Aeroflow lane again. And Berkey with a 224 that runs it out the back for an 881 and 152. Next up, it looks like we've got Brett McNiff from St Mary's Engines over in the Aeroflow lane against Jeff Mather in the Rocket lane.
Jeff's been around a long time, but pretty new to this car. I think he's only just finished it.
It looks shiny.
Yeah, built it himself. Credit to him.
Absolutely.
Runs
The car presents lovely.
Runs pretty fast too.
Let's see what this VG coupe
Brett's
comes
car
up
ran
with.
good before it went 8-9. Oh, nice little wheelie.
030 off the foot brake. Two wheels
Goes
hanging in
through
the
for
air as he
another
hit the 60
898.
versus a 939, 148 and 145 miles an hour respectively. It looks like up next we got Alf Axiak for Axe Motorsport up against Dave Gruber in the LJ Tirana for Queanbeyan Engine Services.
Dave, another super tough super sedan racer.
And all-round good guy.
Yeah.
We got the Rotary versus the Chev.
Rotary with a clutch pedal on board.
Oh, how cool is that?
See the gear shifts.
Two small but mighty cars getting it done.
Yeah.
I do. A 940 with a 2.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have come to the conclusion of this event. So it looks like the weather has got the best of us. We are going to try and dry up the track. We're looking to look into questions of interest for this afternoon, trying to get a little test and tune going. On behalf of Sydney Dragway, we will conclude this stream. We might come back later once the test and tune is underway, bringing you live coverage of that action. Coming up for our next live event, having a look at Wednesday night's Race for Real event. Wednesday, 19th of August. Next Wednesday, 4 hours of drag racing. Race your mates. Racing is discounted down to $65. So if you have an opportunity to come down on Wednesday, take advantage of the awesome pricing and race your mates, or just race your car and see how you go. So as I said, on behalf of Sydney Dragway, we appreciate you watching the stream today and coming down and spectating. But unfortunately, the Mother Nature has had a better idea. So we'll catch you soon.